Hi, everybody. It's Dee Jones, and I'm here at Shanti, Atlanta. And I've had quite a day. I didn't think I was going to have enough energy to do this class on the reality of climate change. I'm about a week and a half behind schedule. And for those of you that don't know, I've been building a deck for the last several days, and I just got finished today. So I do have some energy to go ahead and get back on task to start with this week's environmental science class. For those of you just joining, I'm doing a weekly Facebook live stream talking about various things that are affecting people and animals dealing with climate change and pollution. And my reference materials are the U.S. Climate Assessment Report. It was a National Climate Assessment Report done by our government. It was a 2-year study. You can go get a free copy at globalchange.gov. Can you see the address here? And NASA, the Smithsonian Institute, the Department of Interior, the Oceanic Atmospheric Organization, several scientists, more than 1,800 scientists and experts were part of this study that was produced in 2014, I believe. So this is the highlights, and this is the overview. I'll put links to all the items that I'm going to discuss today. And as always, if you do have questions, you can post them here on Facebook Live. And I'm tired. I probably won't. This will be very, very short because I'm tired from finishing the deck today at Shanti, Atlanta. But I want to jump right into the topic of, climate pollution issues are not just sequestered to one area. I posted something, maybe 2 weeks ago. I think I posted a picture of the national assessment, the front page of this that you just saw. And I live in Georgia, and somebody was saying, well, I see that Georgia is not highlighted very much. So we don't have that much pollution down here. And it was a friend of mine that's very well versed about scientific and climate things. And I said, well, yeah, we still are affected. Things can happen thousands and thousands of miles away and affect places, nearby, far away. I mean, it's amazing. So let's just talk about examples of this, because I think sometimes people say, oh, I can move to a rural area where there's no pollution, or let me move if there's a flooding situation, or if there's a tornado system coming through all the time, let me move. You really cannot hide from climate and pollution issues. It's really up to each and one of us to take care of Mother Earth. This is the only place we have to live. And if you heal the planet, you heal yourself. And I just posted that comment with the picture of the Earth just a few minutes ago, like 30 minutes ago. And it really is true. So let's take wildfires, for example. There is an excellent article in Reader's Digest. They had an excerpt from, I think it was a Washington Post article about wildfires. Now, the wildfires that have been happening in California, you're thinking that it's contained to that area. That's not so. And I'll post this link, but NASA, they're talking about how from California that the wildfires have affected the air quality in places like Iowa and Montana. And we're not just talking about, affected a little bit. In some parts of these areas, it's hazardous. You can look on NASA's website where it says that this is hazardous with the particles that are in the air, because it spreads from California to Iowa, Montana, all those states up there. And so they can see this with satellites. And this is on, because the jet streams, they travel. And this is on the nasa.gov link titled Wildfire Smoke Crosses U.S. on Jet Stream. I will post that link. So you see, you really can't move away. What happens in one area, it affects the air quality in another area. And think about this for people that are elderly or young children, people that have lower immune systems, then that affects them. And that affects people going to work, which means it's less productivity in those areas. And then, of course, who wants to live somewhere and, you're coughing and you have asthma attacks and more allergy attacks. And so the second example, and once again, this is on the National Atmospheric, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. These are long, long words, but NOAA for short. Remember when all that pollution was happening in China, which is still happening in China, rather. But they're saying that in China, that stuff traveled all the way over to New York and other places, from China to New York and other places in the West. So you're talking about smog, very unhealthy air situations. So you cannot escape from pollution. What happens in one country like China and India, it will descend to other countries, including the United States. So I just wanted to make that clear, because sometimes people are like, oh, I hear about that mudslide in Africa or somewhere in Indonesia or whatever. How does that affect me? And those are just two key examples about how, with just wildfire smokes and the remnants of that, as well as the smog that is happening from pollution in Asia, that is really affecting places all over, including the United States. So it's really important that when we're teaching people, including our children, about pollution and climate change, that we are in the behavior of what can we do as individuals to clean our neighborhoods, clean our communities, clean our cities. And we need to make this a cooperative effort and encourage other cities and other countries to take part in keeping things clean. Because as you see, we are connected. We all are connected. And like I was saying earlier in my post, you are nature. You're not apart from nature. You are nature. So when you take care of the planet, you take care of yourself. You really do. So you love yourself, right? So take care of the earth. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, because it's almost time for meditation. But if you'd like to come to Shanti Atlanta, I teach environmental awareness classes. I teach Agnihotra meditation, which is an Ayurvedic meditation that has been scientifically proven to reverse some of the things that are happening with the climate and the pollution here. And so there's so many different things you can do. But if you'd like to learn more about Agnihotra Ayurvedic meditation, as well as any of the environmental workshops that I do here, I also travel around and do this. If you'd like me to teach some people at your school or organization, please let me know. This is so very, very important. Like I said, the findings of the report that our government did, I mean, it's so disturbing. I don't know why people are not aware of this and seeing the destruction that we're doing to our earth. So once again, I thank you all for viewing this week's The Reality of Climate Change class. And I will get back to my regular schedule of doing this again next week. Thank you so much. Be blessed. And I'm signing off from Shanti Atlanta. Take care.